Hi, my name is Katie, and I am a reference librarian at the Worcester branch of the Wayne County Public Library. Today I'm going to be reviewing Lisa Jewell's newest release, The Night She Disappeared. Now, if you watch a lot of our videos, you may remember I did a video for another of Lisa Jewell's books called Then She Was Gone. I loved Then She Was Gone, and this book actually has a very similar feel, and I also enjoyed this too. So what is it about? Well, we sift back and forth between three different narrators and more or less three different timelines within about a year and a half. The first narrator we encounter is Sophie. She's narrating from present day. She's a cozy mystery author, loves, detective novels herself, and she's just moved from London to the English countryside with her boyfriend, who has gotten a job offer to be the headmaster at a very posh and affluent boarding school. So since moving, she's had a bit of a writer's block going on, and so she just tries to busy herself with unpacking from their recent move, making the house feel lived in and theirs. Now, pretty early on in the novel, Sophie decides to start working in the garden and discovers a cardboard sign that just says, "Dig here," with an arrow. So she digs, and she finds an engagement ring. All right, then we go back in time a little bit, and we meet the she from the title, and that is Tallulah. Tallulah is 19. She is mom to Noah, and Noah is her life. She's just started college. She's a little self-conscious about her body after giving birth and just about being a teen mom in general. But she's starting to make friends and connecting with old ones while she's in college. She's not quite sure about Zach. Zach is her current boyfriend and father to Noah. So she's not quite sure if he's the one she's meant to be with. But she's stuck with him so far. Next, we have Tallullah's mum, because this isn't British, and that's Kim. Kim watches Noah while Tallullah's at school. By the way, Noah is, just a couple months old. And Kim also encourages Tallulah to just be a teenager. She's a really good mom. She thinks Tallulah's a great mom. But she also wants Tallulah to have fun and hang out with her friends or with Zach. And she loves Noah. She doesn't mind watching him. So one day, Tallulah and Zach decide to go out to dinner at their local gastropub, and they run into, or was it planned, Tallulah's friend Scarlett and her clique. Now, Scarlett is loud and brash, and Zach clearly does not like her. The group does a little bit of drinking, maybe a couple pills, and then they decide to go back to Scarlett's house for a swim. And Scarlett lives in a mansion that was built in the 17th century and is called the Dark Place. And it has its own kind of interesting history. Now, while this is happening, Kim is back at home watching Noah. He's still not a great sleeper, as anyone with a kid would remember those early months. So Kim actually ends up falling asleep while holding him. She wakes up in the very early morning hours and realizes Tallulah and Zach aren't home. Now, she thinks this is odd, but perhaps they just had a big night and wanted to keep celebrating something because she thinks Zach might be about to propose. So she doesn't worry just yet. But then it's the next morning, and they still aren't back. And then it's the evening, and Tallulah and Zach are still not here. So Kim decides to call Zach's mom, and Zach's mom just assumes Tallulah and Zach are off being teenagers. So then Kim ignores that, goes to the pub where they'd been, learns about Scarlett, gets Scarlett's name and number, and then actually goes up to Scarlett's house. Now, Scarlett insists that Zach and Tallulah left that night via taxi. And Kim still thinks this is all really weird, so she calls every taxi company, and they all say none of them picked anybody up from Scarlett's address. So she starts thinking this is really fishy, and she calls the police. And then, unfortunately for Kim, she just waits and waits. Because it's like Tallulah and Zach have literally just disappeared. Alright, so remember how Sophie dug up that engagement ring? Well, it belonged to Zach, and the police are now reopening the case. The clues are starting to come together. Sophie and Kim actually end up meeting and kind of partnering up as their own amateur detectives to uncover their own clues, and just might be able to figure out what happened to Tallulah and Zach before the police do. Now, I don't think I can tell you anything else without revealing spoilers. I even started to write like some questions that you could think about, but even those I was worried were giving too much away. We have several copies of this in the Wayne County system, as well as the audiobook, so check it out and let me know if you enjoyed it, and if you figured out what happened to Tallulah and Zach before any of our protagonists do. I certainly did not, and I thought this was a great thriller. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.